everybody, it's MK and I am here with another layout for Kit Conspiracy using the Simple Stories Simple Vintage Spring Garden Collection. So I have a couple of pictures that are my progress on making this super cute banner for Easter. And it was actually for a I don't want to say a giveaway, but it was for a prize when I used to be part of a bunko group. And so I definitely was super proud of creating this banner. I love making banners, you guys. There is just something so fun and, I don't know, productive, I guess is the right word to make a banner. So I'm just sharing with you guys some of the product that I ended up picking out for this banner. I'm going to use this pink to back my photos. In the sorting video, when I made my page kits, I was flipping back and forth between the yellow and this one. And the yellow really made my photos look yellow because some of the lighting turned the table yellow in my in my dining room. And so I actually enjoy doing this at my dining room because of the fact that then I can do more arts and crafts with my kids too on the dining room table instead of always in the scrap room. So I'm also sharing with you guys that I pulled out 2 pieces of mink cardstock from Close to My Heart for my background, and then I'm going to take this oh golly, I'm going to take this ticket paper and cut it all up so that way I can spread it across 2 pages. So I'm going to go off camera and cut out all of these tickets and things like that, hopefully. So there I am. These ones here, I decided that I'm going to tuck and weave them around all of the photos and whatnot. I don't really know exactly, but I'm just trying to make all these little clusters look like they were part of all these tickets going across. So I have to say that I thought that there was going to be a lot more places for me to be able to cut them out and make them look a little bit more like mini clusters rather than one giant cluster, and that was not the case. It did not end up being like that. So I did end up having to manipulate some of them to where they looked like the top of the tickets and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out all of my photo mats, and I do like using the lighter paper, this pink right here, on my photo mats because then it doesn't feel like my photos are yellowed. It doesn't feel like I went for a vintage look. They actually brightened up the photo just a little bit. So, and I'm making it only a 1/16 of an inch bigger because then it looks like it spans across the page. So I went ahead and put my photos down on my photo mats. And I'm deciding how I want my pictures to go. And just like yesterday's, I decided I like the 4 progress photos on one side and then the more put together banners on the other side. And the top one is before I added the ribbon. And then the bottom left photo is choosing my ribbons. Like which ribbons do I want, so that way I don't use more than enough, more color of one than I do of another and that sort of thing. I draw out the colors within the banner and all that stuff. So this is another reason why I love making banners too, is because I get to use up all this ribbon. It's so fun. And they just look so cute when they're done. Not because I made it, but just a banner in general. So I opted not to use that scalloped border. I just felt like it was too bright and cheery for what I've got going on. But I did decide to bring in a stencil, and I went with this diamond stencil from, I believe it's Pear Tree, you guys. Hang on, and I will go and check it out really quickly. All right. So I have it in my hot little hand, and in all honesty, it is not listing it at all. So With that being said, I don't know whose stencil this is. I apologize. It is not engraved on the stencil at all. But I wanted to fill in some of these gaps within and around the tickets. So that is what I am working on right now. And I pulled out scattered straw for this because I felt like it was a good yellow that's not too bright and it's not too mustardy, so it's not too dark either. And then I'm going to try to remember where my photos were, so I'm going to try to get some of that blend within my photos as well. So, and instead of drawing out the lines of where all of my stencil work was, I'm just putting it back and bringing it in and things like that, because I didn't really want to trace around this whole thing, knowing that I was only going to have the stencils here and there. So I'm going to put my photos back. I don't think I put them back in any general order, but I'm going to put them back just so that way I can see if my stencil work needs to come out some more, or where I can put my stencils, like muscle memory type of thing of putting the stencils where they need to be, as far as poking out from my photos, or poking out from the top of the page, like it's coming down into the page. So I don't want a solid stencil work, but I do want them to be poking out here and there. All right, so I've got that page done. I'm going to move on to the next page. So this one only has a little bit between the stencils, but a lot around the photos. So it should go by a lot faster. I'm sorry for the change in my voice. I am getting a little head cold going on here. So trying not to let it, I'm trying not to let it get the best of me. So, but I do know I sound a lot nasally and congested, so I do apologize about that. All right. Today is my oldest daughter's 24th birthday, by the way, if you guys are curious. We are headed to Reno in the morning on Sunday to go and wish her a happy birthday. She called us and told us, Mom, I work on Saturday until like 9:30 at night. And so we were discussing it, and it's like, well, then let's just go make a day trip instead of, an all day on Saturday and then a rush day on Sunday. So we're just going to go over there on Sunday and spend some time with her for her birthday. So that'll be super fun. Super cool surprise. She wants to take us mini golfing. So she's excited about it. So I'm super excited too. I'm just super excited to hang out with her, It's kind of cool that the older she gets, the more she wants to hang out with us instead of the opposite. So before it was, I can't wait to leave, I can't wait to be gone. And then all of a sudden she hit like 22 and she wanted to spend a little bit of time with us. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and add a splashing of my Dina Wakley in white. It's just an acrylic paint spray, and I'm going to splatter it all throughout. And what's really cool is because I'm using Distress ink, the paint spray will actually pick up some of that color and turn it into a little bit of a yellow. So I'm going to do that to both sides of my paper and just trying to figure out where to put all the stuff on my desk, to be honest. But I am splattering around and trying to pick up some of that paint, so that way I get the two different colors of spray. So I really do like that, and it's going to bring my background to life. I'm going to clean up my desk really quick so I don't get more spray on everything. Usually I cut that part out, but I just take my messy rag, and this acrylic spray does dry super fast. So you got to be quick about wiping it up, but 9 times out of 10, I'm not. So then I end up having to wash my desk afterwards and use a scraper and everything to get all that acrylic paint off my desk. All right, so Now that I've got this, I'm going to go ahead and put my tickets back down. After all of my kits are done and all the layouts that I wanted to make are done, I will share on the last Sunday of the month what all my leftovers are, and then I'm going to combine the kits to make 2 more layouts. I'm hoping, I'm crossing my fingers, because we've got 2 days, Monday and Tuesday at the end of the month that will finish off the month. And so I wanted to do 2 layouts that combine all of these papers and things together. So I really want to do a share of what was all my leftovers, because clearly I didn't use everything. Some of the paper I cut up and only used a portion of it, things like that. And that always happens. That always happens during any paper progress, right? You put a paper in and your intentions really weren't to use all of it, but you did want to use the majority of it. And so I almost put these 2 photos upside down. The first one, I was showing a comparison of the rabbit, the little bunny tails. I was showing a comparison of 2 different kinds of white paint to my girlfriend. One was just soaking into the MDF that we use to cut out our images, and the other one was a beautiful coverage. So I was just sharing with her what the difference was between the 2 paints. We're always finding a quicker way to paint our projects, especially with this MDF, because it soaks right into the wood. So the color soaks right into the wood. All right, so I'm going to take all these ticket things that I had previously cut off and basically just push them around and make it look like the tickets go all the way across the photos, from the left to the right. And then there are some where I don't end up using all of them. Like this one right here, I didn't really like it going all the way across and covering up most of that blank space. So I opted not to use that one. And I think that's the only one that I opted not to use. But I've got a little bit of tickets here and a little bit of tickets there. And I really do like how I have that optical illusion of the tickets going all across the page. So this giant one, I wanted it to overlap and everything. And that is the tickets right there. I did bring in this one. I was thinking I could cut it up as well and make it look like more tickets, but opted not to do that either because I was super happy with where it went. And then I'm going to take these butterflies off of these 2x2 cards and tuck them in, excuse me, and tuck them in around in between the tickets, like they're a little bit behind, but yet a little bit overlapping. So just to get a little bit of spring peeking through the tickets. Now the tickets really don't have anything to do with a banner. The butterflies really don't have anything to do with the banner or anything. I just thought it was a fun and creative layout for a fun and creative project. That's all that I thought it was. Like I said, I am so addicted to making banners. I made an adorable train banner for Christmas, I believe this same year, that I absolutely loved. And then I made the steam poking out that said Merry Christmas inside the steam. And I attached it with wire so that way when you put it up against your wall, it looked like it was floating, like it actually came out of the train. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I have pictures of that or not, but it turned out just fabulous. I absolutely love it. Of course, I can't find my file anymore to print the train ever again, but it was super fun. And I eventually I'll find another train file that I really like and be able to do it again because I still have the steam, which can go on any train as long as it looks like a steam train. So I put my springtime down a little bit too far over. I should have put the word banner first. but I did not. And so I had to fill in that little gap between the B and the S, and this butterfly worked out perfect. And I did pop up all of my butterflies on foam, so that way they had a little bit of dimension because the layout was looking a little flat. And then I decided to bring in these periwinkle hearts because it was also, again, another light embellishment to bring in where all the rest are starting to look a little vintagey, a little grungy. So I thought it was the perfect calmness to add to the layout. I don't believe this puffy heart gets a home. Maybe it does. Oh, it does. Okay. Just making sure I used all of them. And then the last thing I'm going to do to make it look cohesive all the way around is add more white, more white splatters. I apologize, you guys. So I'm going to add the little white splatters all around the tickets, covering up my photos and trying not to get it on the butterflies, but if it does, it does. But I do like this look right here because then it adds dimension with the white down on the base page as well as the white up on the foreground. So I don't know what I was doing there. It seemed like I was stuck on something. I'm not really sure. So that is the layout that I have for you guys today. I'm sorry I don't have any fun, cool stories about this banner other than the fact that it was super fun to make. I had a blast putting this little banner together, and I know I've said that multiple times, but it was super cute. The truck with the little bunny butt sticking out of it is adorable. So anyways, that is it for me today. Please be sure to check out Janet Fritz's channel, who is Galaxy Girl Creations. And she is my co-partner in this series, Kit Conspiracy. And we also have a Facebook group down below where you can go and check out everybody else playing along with this Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Spring garden collection. We also have all of our previous kits available over there, but it's not all of them. I think it was just last year in November, or I think last year in November is when we started the Facebook kit just for this series, because so many of you guys chose to play along with us, and we wanted you guys to have a safe spot to share all your projects and things. So anyways, again, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will check y'all later. Bye.